when you put together Alpha Brain, it was the first time I really felt like I didn't want to do anything without it. A company like Onnit rather, that makes Alpha Brain.
Yep.
These things is called a nootropic, and these really do help your memory.
Alpha Brain is one of the most important supplements that I've ever found ever in my life, if not the most important one, and the one that I cherish the most.
I tried Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain for 15 days to see if it would truly open my third eye, and the results may surprise you, so stay tuned and subscribe down below because every video I make is made just for you, not your friends. It's made for you. So subscribe down below, and I'd appreciate it. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Thanks. Anyways, welcome back to Owden. Today, we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of cognitive enhancement with a close look at the world's most popular nootropic supplement, Alpha Brain. Now, you've probably heard the buzz about Alpha Brain from influential figures like Joe Rogan and other online personalities. But for those of you who do not know what it is, but are still interested in natural remedies that make you feel like a god, I'll explain further. Alpha Brain is a nootropic supplement that gains significant attention in the world of cognitive enhancement. Developed by the company Onnit, this brain-boosting concoction is designed to optimize mental performance and support overall brain health. Now, what makes Alpha Brain unique is its blend of carefully selected ingredients, each with its own potential cognitive benefits. Key components include alpha GPC, which provides choline to support memory and learning, and Huperzia serrata, known for its role in acetylcholine regulation, which is a neurotransmitter crucial for cognitive function. But that's not all. Alpha Brain also features ingredients like Bacopa monnieri, believed to enhance memory and reduce stress, as well as L-theanine, an amino acid found in tea leaves known for promoting relaxation without all the drowsiness. Now, the goal of Alpha Brain is to help you achieve increased focus, improved memory recall, and a heightened overall cognitive performance. In other words, it's like the natural remedy equivalent to taking Adderall and caffeine, or at least that's what those who promote the product want you to believe. And so the question that everyone's been asking, and the reason for me even making this video, is does Alpha Brain truly live up to the hype? Well, that's exactly what we're here to find out. Over the last 2 weeks, I've incorporated Alpha Brain into my daily routine for the sole purpose of monitoring its effects and comparing its benefits to those that I've heard so much about in our most popular modern day media.
All right, it's 5:30 in the morning, heading into work. Today is number 1 of trying Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain. I heard it makes you an absolute superhuman when at work. So we're gonna test this out, and I'm gonna take my first dose of 2 pills right now. They say you're supposed to take it with food, but I fast until 12 o'clock. So here we go. Boom. Oh, I already feel the effects. I already feel like Superman.
Now on day 1, I was hyper-focused and felt like I could handle any and every problem that crossed my path. My mood was perfect, and I felt no fog or anxiety at all.
All right, so the first day actually went great. It actually surprised me a lot how well it did after just taking it one time. I thought nootropics were a thing where you had to take them multiple times in order to feel the effects. Nope. I felt the effects right away. I felt dialed in. I felt like I could look through somebody's soul, dude. I felt like I could have looked into your soul right now. No, it was pretty good though. I got a lot of work done. I was very productive. My mood was good. Everything it said it was gonna do, it did.
The effects lasted much longer than what was said on the bottle, and I was in every sense of the term blown away. Contrary to what the literature around nootropics have said in the past with regard to feeling them more and more the longer you take them, I felt day 1 to be one of the most predominant days in the entire experiment. And we'll talk a little bit more about why that might be the case later on.
Instead of taking it at 5, I'm taking it at 7:30, just because it kind of wore off a little bit towards the end. And, you know, I'd rather have the main effects of it hit while I'm actually out in the field. So we're gonna take 2 right now and keep this momentum going. All right. Man, dude, those are freaking huge. But I could eat a football, I swear, dude. Look how big that is, baby girl. All right, I'll check in with you guys later. See ya.
On day 2, I learned something important. I learned that Alpha Brain is not a replacement for a good night's sleep, okay? If you only get 2 hours of sleep, it's not gonna matter how much Alpha Brain you take, you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be running on empty, it is what it is. All right, so it's day 3 of taking Alpha Brain. Yesterday, I maybe got a little bit overzealous and thought that Alpha Brain would just completely eradicate any fatigue that I felt from getting only 2 hours of sleep. Unfortunately, it didn't. I did feel locked in, but
it didn't trump the fact that I was exhausted. So today, we're pretty well rested, got like 5-6 hours of sleep, gonna take my dose for the morning, and today we're going out in the field. So I'm actually gonna be able to see the effects that it has on me when I'm actually going out and trying to make a sale. So down the hatch, here we go. Money.
On day 3, I went out into the field, and I do have to say, I feel like I was extra dialed in. The Alpha Brain helped a lot. It felt like I had a little sales buddy right next to me, and it was Alpha Brain telling me what to say at the right times, and I thought it was great. Couldn't have been happier. Now on days 4 through 9, although I did feel some positive effects from the Alpha Brain, it wasn't as good as days 1 through 3. And I couldn't help but suspect I may have been building up a little bit of a tolerance to it. And I know that usually for most nootropics, you're supposed to take them for weeks before you feel the effects of them. But with Alpha Brain, I felt like I was feeling the opposite effect. I felt like the more I was taking it, the less I was feeling it. And the less often I took it, the more predominant effects I felt. And so because of this, I decided to take a break on days 10 through 11 before continuing the experiment on day 12 in hopes that I could confirm or deny my theory. Now on day 12, I felt great, and I concluded that either you should take a break from using Alpha Brain if you feel a drop off in the benefits, or you should up the dosage. And for this experiment, I've been taking the recommended dose on the bottle, which is 2 pills per day, although other people who recommend the product, such as Joe Rogan, take 4 capsules whenever needed. Now on days 13, 14, and 15, I felt absolutely amazing. I felt almost as good as I did on day 1, but to be fair, I had really good sleep those 3 days, so I think that may have played a little bit of a role in it. And I can't help but notice that throughout this experiment, getting good sleep and the effects of Alpha Brain are positively correlated. I think they go hand in hand, and I think if you get good sleep and you're taking Alpha Brain, you're gonna feel it more. I think that's how it is at the end of the day. But with that said, I don't want it to get confused that I do know how I function on good sleep, and I do know how I function on Alpha Brain, so I can assure you I'm not conflating the two. On day 16, I decided to take a double dosage of Alpha Brain to see how much of a difference it makes to take it how Joe Rogan takes it, which is 4 capsules an hour before the activity versus the intended way written on the bottle that says take no more than 2 capsules within a 24-hour period, which is how I've been going about the entire experiment up until now.
Holy moly. My throat was so dry right there, I almost choked and died. I almost died.
Now the increase from 2 capsules to 4 capsules made an insane difference, and I felt better on day 16 having taken 4 capsules than I did on day 1, which up until then was my most predominant day in the entire experiment. Now as a general overview of my experience over the past 2 weeks, I found day 1, as previously mentioned, to be one of the most predominant and beneficial days of this entire experiment. Now this could be due to the fact that I got great sleep the night before, or the fact that I had been fasting a tad longer than usual for the past 3 days leading up to this experiment, but regardless, day 1 was a huge success in terms of this product showing concrete results. Days 2 and 3 really put Alpha Brain to the test with regard to how it affects me when I get really bad sleep. Although I still felt more focused and dialed in compared to my normal state of mind, my sheer exhaustion still made it difficult to get through these days. I felt a steady decrease of the effectiveness on days 4 through 9 and decided to take a break on days 10 through 11 to see if I was developing a sort of tolerance to the product. And sure enough, on day 12, I felt great and decided that for me, it's probably better if taken as needed rather than consistently. On days 13 through 15, I felt almost as good as on day 1, which is saying a lot. And on day 16, I had a little bit of fun with it, where I doubled the dose from 2 capsules to 4 capsules so as to take it similar to how Joe Rogan takes it to see if that would make any difference. And it sure did. I felt way better than even on day 1 and was focused to the freaking 9s. You heard? Word of my mother. Word of my mother! But with that said, I can never recommend taking anything more than the recommended amount on the bottle. But if you're thinking about experimenting with this product yourself and you're a responsible adult, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say nothing. Just remember that Alpha Brain is pretty expensive, so keep that in mind before you start popping these things like freaking breath mints, dude. It runs you like $30 a bottle, and you only get 30 capsules within that bottle, so you get 15 days of usage if you use only as stated on the bottle, which is 2 capsules a day. If you use 4 a day, you're gonna have half that. So hey, if money's not an option for you, this is probably a great product. If money's tight, don't recommend getting it. It's very pricey. Now, I also filmed myself working out in the gym while on the supplement, but it didn't make much of a difference with regard to physical fitness and how I was training, so I decided not to include that information in the video. But just as a general blanket statement, I'd say that it didn't really affect my performance within the gym, not to any degree that I could measure at least. But let's take a look at what Alpha Brain is intended to be used for. Alpha Brain is supposed to increase focus, it's supposed to improve memory recall, and it's supposed to heighten overall cognitive performance. With regard to my personal experience on Alpha Brain, did it increase my focus? Yes, it did. Did it improve my memory recall? Yeah, I believe it did. And did it heighten overall cognitive performance? As a general statement, I would say yes. During some days where I felt like I had a little bit of a tolerance to it, I would say no. But during the days like day 1, day 2, day 3, especially on day 16 when I doubled up, I definitely felt like my overall cognitive performance was through the roof. So if you're at home and you're thinking about giving this product a try, I definitely recommend it. Make sure you can afford it, but if you can afford it, I definitely recommend it. But thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below. Subscribe. I make videos like this every Friday just for you. Just for you. And leave a comment down below on what other challenges you would like to see me try out. I have a few that I'm already thinking of, but I want to know what you want. And with that said, I'll see you guys next week. Ciao, buonane, buona fortuna, medina forte, meno troppo forte. Ciao.